In Module 3, we want to help you focus on the conversation. Now, we've observed, having trained literally hundreds and hundreds of professional counselors and so many lay volunteers within church community, of this natural progress process. You have come with an ability, with some innate skills. Like, that's yesterday. That's I can do this. I'm a natural listener. And then you come to this training and it doesn't feel so natural. We make you do things that you just don't normally do. Like, we take away your words, we take away your opinions, we take away what great insight you have. And like, what, I'm going backwards, I feel worse. And then tomorrow, you have your innate natural skills with an education, with training, and that makes you a really dynamic care provider. So think about what's likely happening and just trust the process, that we will be moving you to the sense of you being your natural self again, as you kind of like are corseted into this way of being with another person. So here we go.
Yeah, so this is the first skill that we're teaching you, and this first skill is on nonverbal communication. This we divide up into 3 V's and a B, all right? And so what we're going to talk about in this module is listening with good nonverbals. So the first V is visual eye contact. You don't want to stare at each other, that's kind of awkward, but you also want to notice that most of the time when people are talking, they are looking at the person in Western society, and the person who's talking will kind of go around looking elsewhere, and the listener will be the one looking at it. And so when you're the listener and the helper, you're generally making pretty good eye contact, pretty consistent visual connection.
That second V, vocal quality, has to do with a passion and an empathy in your voice. There is a concern. There is a weightiness to your words. You speak slowly, and you emphasize the feeling words in your sentences. You are not terse, not brief, not abrupt. You don't press, but there is to be a tender, welcoming, I'm so glad you're here quality. You want to convey the idea of you hanging out with your best friend, sitting at the kitchen table with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, and you're just like hanging out. Or you're in your man cave, you and the guys. It's supposed to be a very easy, natural thing. You need to be able to just be relaxed and comfortable with your voice and your body.
That's right. And then the other thing you do is verbal tracking. You probably do verbal tracking without realizing it, but essentially this is all the oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
I see, that we often say in a conversation. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you want to do...
I doesn't realize I was doing it, but I'm doing it.
You are doing it, yeah. And you want to do that almost like a Southern Gospel church would. So in a good Southern Gospel church, they're like, amen, yeah, I hear you, keep going. And so that kind of pacing on it, that you don't let the person talk for 10 minutes without saying a single word, it's completely silent. Throughout that time, you're doing little, wow, ah.
Yeah, yeah. In my church, there was a delightful friend I have. His name is Harvey. And you hear Harvey on the other side of the sanctuary. He's saying that he's, amen, he's tracking the pastor, and it brings everybody to like, we wouldn't have church without Harvey in church to tell us that we're all on cue together.
Yeah.
And you want to do that same thing in this one-on-one conversation.
That's right. Like I just did with That's Right, right there. Yeah.
The final thing is just how you hang out with your body. And there is 2 extreme no's. 1, the slouch and the disengagement. Or 2, the rigid, almost overly attentive. So you got to be yourself. You can move your hands. You speak with your hands. You move your body. are turning your shoulders towards the person.
Yeah.
You are leaning but not
You're
on.
open. Yeah.
Yes. You're not invading space,
That's
but
right.
you're not retaining a sense of distance and disconnection. Our body is really important to say, I'm here and I'm relaxed and I'm comfortable with what you have to say, especially when what they have to say is fraught with intense emotion.
Great. Yeah. Then you might want to just lean forward and
Yeah.
show I'm really listening right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. These words are hard for you to deliver, and I am receiving them like I am wrapping my arms around you and them at the same time.
Yeah. With your open body, not
Yeah.
doing this.
Not literally,
Yeah.
yes.
Not doing this, literally. Okay. Very good. All right. We're now going to watch a demonstration with good body posture from our listener, Jordan, as she listens to Casey.
So Casey, tell me what's going on. Wow, so much. I actually really don't even know where to start. Well, first of all, I care for my mom. Her health is declining. I don't have any siblings, and so that feels very overwhelming. I'm trying to make good decisions for her and with her. Of course, time, finances, schedule, there's so many things that are impacted. And of course I love her, so then I have the feelings of guilt. Why do I immediately, get upset or frustrated or angry or, a whole lot of emotions. And so that's one area of my life. It's a big area of my life, so much so it's just bled over into a lot of things. Like I'm a high school teacher. Right. The summer's a great time for me to think and plan and be creative. None of that is happening because I just have no bandwidth to think about anything other than the care for my mom. And then when I finally am able to leave her and come home and try to get some rest or food, my mind immediately goes to my relationship. Questions of, could I have done more? Was the situation with my mom what impacted this? Even though logically I know that he moved for a job, I thought we could remain friends. It's just, that's all confusing. And so I typically just think about it for a little bit, cry, feel overwhelmed, and I don't know what to do with my feelings about that. So those just kind of go away. And then I always kind of think, okay, all right, what should I do? What should I do? So I know I should go to church. There's community there. And once I get there, like it's a blessing. There are people who are friendly, but I feel this pressure to be smiling when I walk in the door, and the question, hey, how are you doing? What am I supposed to say?
Yeah.
Awful? No, of course not. So then I feel fake. So it's just a vicious cycle, and so I'm exhausted physically. So on Sunday morning, I find myself just staying in bed a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And so I mean that's a little bit of the lot.
It's a lot. Now it's your turn. You're going to role play with your partner. One of you play the role of Casey, and you might want to make up some additional details beyond the Casey that you've seen in our demonstration. And the helper, your turn this time is to not really say any words. You can say little phrases like, I see, oh, wow, all of that, but not talk.
Yeah.
Your job is to just have the 3 V's and a B and just focus on that, your eye contact and your voice and your body posture, right? And making sure that you're verbally tracking the person. Do that for about 1 or 2 minutes each person and then switch so you each get a chance to practice.
Yeah. Well, good.